Hello, welcome to my channel, Universal Soul Vibrations. I'm going to be doing a New Year reading for the sign of Libra. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and welcome to 2019. As I meditated on Libra's energy for the new year, I was shown a cup being filled up, a rose, trees in the forest, and being in the ocean. So what that has said to me is that this year ahead is going to be a time where Libras really are going to start to cleanse themselves and work on filling up their own cups through self-love and filling their cups with their desires and wants and needs rather than those of others. It's going to be a time of cleansing and stripping away the things that no longer serve you. It could be like, making a drastic change in your diet, getting rid of some habits that aren't too good for you. I know we all make New Year's resolutions, but I really feel like Libras are going to stick to what they choose as their resolutions this year, and a lot of it is going to be taking better care of themselves. And I also heard that you need to spend more time out in nature, hence the trees and the forest. Maybe just taking walks with yourself, becoming more centered, because all of this is going to help Libras to keep those scales balanced, because that's definitely a very important thing for the Libras. So looks like you're going to have a change, a year that's going to be with lots of change within yourself, to have better habits, work on your self-fulfillment, your self-love, and just really doing things that serve you. So I'm going to pull one card for the energy that you're leaving 2018 with from the Oracle deck. So, there we go. What do we got? The Golden Palace. And I'll give a clarifier for that. From the Tarot, the Illuminati deck. Please give me one card for the energy they'll be leaving 2018 with. One card for Libra that they'll be leaving 2018 with. And we got the Four of Pentacles. Now, fours are about, our foundations. And I think all the things that I just talked about is going to, help you build a stronger foundation for yourselves. I do want to look in the book for the Golden Palace, but, the Golden Palace kind of offers us, it's letting us know that there's always enough, that you always have enough. But what I'm saying with this here is that, you have to do that self-work in order to have that, place of having enough. It's good fortune, your ambitions are fulfilled, wealth and prosperity, emotional, it's about you filling up your cup, basically. Like I said in the beginning with, what I saw in the meditation for you guys. But always remember to, not keep it all to yourself. See how this guy's kind of hoarding his Four Pentacles there? He's keeping it to itself, but share the wealth with others, whether it be, with your company. sharing your time with somebody, you know, helping somebody that needs help with something. But make sure you share the wealth that you gain over the next year by, you know, keeping those scales balanced. Okay, let's move on to the reading. And one of these days I'll get rid of saying 50 million times. Okay, so let me just give these a little shuffle here. What is the opening message for Libra's guys for the New Year reading? What is the opening message? I got two, I want one. Give me one card. I wasn't specific, that's my fault. The opening up. There's that cup I talked about. I knew that card was going to come up. We got the Ace of Cups for the opening message from your guides. Time to fill up the cup. How to achieve your goals and dreams. Give me one card. We got the Six of Wands. That's been coming up in a lot of people's readings. What actions does Libra need to take going into the new year? What actions does Libra need to take going into the new year? Sorry about that. We got the Five of Cups. What is the departing energy? What was 2018 about for Libra? What is the departing energy? What was 2018 about for Libra? The Princess of Cups. This is the main theme. The Tower. Woo! What are the future opportunities and energies for Libra in the new year? Two of Swords. What are the obstacles and how to overcome them? What are Libra's obstacles in the new year and how will they overcome them? Please give me one card. Please give me one card for the talents that Libra will possess express in the new year. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, we got some completions, and sometimes those are karmic completions, so that's good. What are the parting messages, how to approach things in the new year for Libra? What are the parting messages and how to approach things in the new year for Libra? What are the parting messages and how to approach things? This is the Seven of Swords. That's interesting that came up there. All right, let me make sure all the cards are in the... I'm just going to move this deck over here. Let me take a look here. So, the main theme of this new year for you is the Tower. Everybody always looks at the Tower card usually and says, oh no, here's the Tower. But, you know, the Tower card, it kind of comes along and dismantles things when we aren't making that choice ourselves. So, as I talked about in the very beginning, I think that, you know, that Tower moment has come for you, and that's why you're making, you're choosing to make all these changes, find more self-love for yourself, self-care, basically doing a whole cleanse of yourself and kind of almost starting over again. So by the time you get to the end of 2019, Libra's going to kind of be a different person than they were when they left 2018 and started 2018. There's going to be, I think there's going to be a lot of, you know, a lot of people say 2018 was the time of a lot of lessons learned. But for Libras, I think it's going to be 2019, and it's going to be things that they learn about themselves that they really didn't know were there. Okay. So the opening message from your guides is the Ace of Cups, and I talked about in the beginning about, you know, the cup, your cup, filling your cup up. A lot of people associate this card with love coming into their lives. It could be a spiritual union, a very karmic one. But to me, with the Libras, this represents you filling up your own cup with what you need to keep you balanced. We've got the, you know, dove flying up here, freedom. I feel freedom from that. Freedom to be your true self. So this year I really feel like is you coming into your true self. How to achieve your goals and dreams. We have the Six of Wands. If you look at the guy, he's up high on the horse holding the wand. He's got the wreath around and everybody's kind of looking upon him. You know, he had a victory with something, and everybody's kind of looking at him in awe. But I think this is more about remembering to give yourself a pat on the back when you do something good for yourself, when you followed through with something that you said, you know, set your New Year's intentions on. Remember to give yourself that pat on the back and recognize the achievements that you've made yourself along the way. The actions to take, we have the Eight of Cups. So if you look at it, the man's looking out into the, you know, vast universe, into the ocean. He's got the moon here, and there's 8 cups behind him. So we're leaving things behind. That's the action that we need to take, and we're going on a journey, and it's not quite clear, you know, we got the moon here, so it may be a mystery what this journey is, but we're looking out, and it's almost kind of reminds me of the Fool. We're just getting ready to move ahead on a new journey, and leaving the old stuff behind is the action that you need to take. The departing energies, or what last year was all about. We have the Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups is kind of, she's about daydreams. She's very intuitive. She's about creating, you know, I see her as creating things. You know, she's looking at that fish in that cup, almost making like a connection with the, I think it's a fish. Yeah, with the fish in the cup, through her intuition, through her thoughts. So what this is telling me is it's, you know, it's about creative inspiration, but I also am seeing this as you've got the water back here, and I talked about a cleansing. Be careful of the thoughts that you have about yourself in your own mind, okay? Sometimes we are our own, you know, worst enemies by, you know, when we're alone, the thoughts that we have. This card, you know, we do have the Ace of Cups, and this card also talks about the beginnings of love. But this is the parting energy and what last year was about. And I you know, still think it's more about learning that self-love. And be the daydreamer. Know that your dreams, you know, that you have for the next year can happen. And let that creative spark flow so that you can move along to your path and go towards your destiny, because we got the Wheel of Fortune. We already talked about the main theme of this new year, which is the Tower. So a Tower, you know, moment has come in. You didn't change something yourself, so the universe stuck something in your path so that you have to change it. So I don't know if maybe in 2018 you had some health issues which made you really consider changing your lifestyle in 2019. But I think this whole 2019 is about you changing your lifestyle. Your future opportunities and energies are the Two of Swords. And you can see she's blindfolded. We got the moon in this one too. So we're, not really quite sure. There's a mystery out there. And it's making a decision about something. Let me just get a clarifier card for that one, because I like to see what that decision is about, because this is about future opportunities and your energies in the new year. Please give me a clarifier for the Two of Swords for Libra. What is this Two of Swords about? In one card, what is this Two of Swords about? Okay, it's about an Ace of Wands. And what do we got on the bottom of the deck? We got the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands, that's a completion. It's about carrying a lot of burdens. So you're making the decision to put down all these burdens and start a new passionate beginning. So I'm hearing some of you are doing that old keto diet. You're all gung-ho about it, but I think you're going to keep up with it. So getting rid of all the burdens, they're coming to an end. And you are starting a new passionate, creative journey. Lots of fire in this, so that definitely talks about something that you're passionate about. So we do get a new beginning here, and it's definitely something you're making the choice to have a new beginning, and it's definitely something that you're very passionate about. The obstacles and how to overcome them are the Queen of Wands. And she's all about, she's somebody who's desired by a lot of people. You can see she sits in her chair very confidently. She has a lot of charisma. But the most important part about her is that her light shines from within. And that's the obstacle that you've got to overcome. You've got to figure out how to let your light shine from within. That's what I'm hearing. She also brings out the best in others, but I think this is more about bringing out the best in yourself. The talents that you'll be expressing are the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about moving towards your destiny. It's also a completion, constant change. So, the cycle goes round and round. It's cycles that we get into. So this is the talent that you're going to possess in 2019, is being able to move through these cycles and complete the cycles, and move towards your destiny and your life path. The parting message and how to approach things this year. I really like the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords is, if you notice this dude here, he's kind of walking away from the circus and he's stealing the cards, basically. I mean the swords. He's walking away with the swords. It's usually about deceit. And nobody wants to approach life with deceit, so I'm kind of thinking that we need to clarify this card to see what, yeah, it's definitely about, deception, manipulation, being dishonest. It's kind of, I'm thinking that this card is saying that you really need to look at the shadow sides of yourself in order to get yourself more balanced. But let me pull a clarifier for this and see what comes up. I got one right away. We got the King of Wands and the High Priestess. High Priestess, trust your intuition on the bottom of the deck. It's all about, you know, she's all about that destiny and that karmic path, and just knowing. She just knows, okay? So you need to know, I'm hearing you need to know your worth, but in order to do that, sometimes we have to look at those shadow sides of ourselves, and figure all that part of ourselves out before we can get to our best selves. So that's why where I'm kind of taking the, you know, the Seven of Swords card. The King of Wands, he's a pretty strong dude. He sits on his throne with his wand on fire. He's very outgoing, very passionate. So I think once again, it's just asking you to be very passionate about filling up your own cup this year with your wants, your desires, your self-love, your needs, because when that all happens, you become that whole balanced person that Libra needs to be. All right, let me pull a Flower of Life Oracle card. Hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve. Some people probably have headaches today. Please give me one card. One popped up right away. Okay, meditation. Meditation is a creative process. It is not something we do or need to learn. It is simply a connection back to who you are. That's what we're talking about. You're getting more authentic in your life. It is called a practice because it is training you into alignment to just be. In a space of allowing thoughts and feelings rise and fall without you having any attachment. In this allowing, easy, non-resistant space, you may realize there are aspects of yourself that you need to heal or recognize. Be you, for you are wonderful. So I do think that this meditation card kind of summed up everything that's in the, you know, the cards that are in this reading. Just be yourself and heal those, you know, those shadow sides of you that kind of prevent you from being that way. So I hope you Libras all have a great 2019 and Happy New Year.